Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is SuperMang. We're going to go ahead and open up quite a few Magic Core 2020 packs here today. So we're just going to go ahead and open up packs here today and just make that our video, and then hopefully upload a video here pretty soon of some gameplay. I'm actually thinking about doing this Mastery Core. So here's a quick look at Chandra here. She's the face of 2020 here. So she's looking pretty alright. And we're going to go ahead and jump straight into buying 17 packs. If it's going to load. So I haven't seen really too much of the set just yet. Really just a lot of the Chandra cards that have been releasing online. So hopefully we can get some crazy stuff today. Alright, so let's jump straight to it. So some of these cards we're going to see that are just repeats. Drew S right off the bat right there. This creates a 2/2 black zombie creature token for each card named Undead Servant in your graveyard. So for 4 mana, that's a little crazy. I don't know about that. We got a Squad Captain. Squad Captain enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each other creature you control. So that isn't too bad actually. For 5 mana though, that's kind of expensive. Like, man. 2/2 green wolf creature token. Yeah, this is kind of weird. This is like a repeating. We're seeing some repeating factors in all these cards here right now. Reckless Airstrike deals 3 damage to target creature with flying and destroy target artifact. And then protection from white on Chain Berserker gets +2/+0 as long as it's attacking. So that's not too bad for 2 mana actually. That's actually pretty decent. And actually way good against white decks. So I mean that could probably be throwing in a lot of burn decks here. And then a repeating card. You guys probably already know about this. This one I have not seen before. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards with different names. Reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle your library. So that's alright. Let's go ahead and open another pack. Now I'm probably not going to go through in great detail with all these cards, but for some of them that kind of stand out, see there's already one. So I'm not going to really try to make this video too long. Enchant creature when Glaring Aegis, well, whatever that is, enters the battlefield. Tap target creature an opponent controls. Enchanted creature gets +1/+3, huh? Okay, so I mean it's kind of a double hit. That's actually not a bad card, actually. So you get to tap your opponent's creature, and you get your creature to be a little bit stronger, and you're buffing up in defense, which is good. I always like that. So, all right, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay. Alright, and this is something like we saw earlier. When Inspiring Captain, each creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. I don't really like things that only do things until end of turn, so probably not a card I'll really be using too much. Exile target creature or planeswalker that's black or red, scry 1. This also seems new. Whenever a creature you control dies, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Ooh, okay, Flying in Death Touch. Embodiment of Agonies enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each different mana cost among non-land cards in your graveyard. Huh, that's strange. There could probably be a lot of crazy things you could do with that. Huh. All right. Shock's coming back. Okay, so Shock's staying in rotation. Not too crazy about that card. Okay, yeah, that's a returning card. So it looks like wolf cards are going to be kind of a big thing here soon. The last set had some pretty cool wolf planeswalker and other stuff going on, so that should be pretty sick. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that I'm not too sure about that card either. Two target players, each of them searches their library for a card, then shuffles their library and puts that card on top of it. Huh. So that's kind of a weird trade-off. I mean, both players are going to be able to, yeah, both players are going to be able to get the card they want. So I'm not too sure about that. Like that's a little weird. That's like an advantage and a disadvantage. Like, and it could be a huge disadvantage. All right. So that's not too bad. Gain a life, tap it. So, but there's probably better cards out there. Okay, so that's actually a pretty decent card. Whenever you can bring your creatures back, it's not really too bad. So, okay, so there's 2/1 flying, draw a card. It's not too bad. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty good card for Angels right away. You can tell. Yeah, so that's actually pretty good. That would definitely combo with some Angel card or some of the Angel cards that we have now pretty well. So, boom, Mythic. I like that. All right. Oh, so that's not too bad. But you have to activate the enchantment for mana. That I've never seen that before. So maybe that's not too good actually. I feel like this is kind of a repeat of a. No, it's not a repeat. So there's a lot of new cards. I actually expected the core set to have a lot of repeating cards, and it looks like there's quite a bit of new cards actually in the set. Top two cards of the library into their graveyard. So, yep, mill decks are still going to be a thing. What is this wand? Okay, so Retributive Wand deals 1 damage to any target. When Retributive Wand is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 5 damage to any target. All right, all right. It's a thing. It's all right, I guess. Nice, more angels. Okay, so you may pay 1 white mana and tap 4 untapped creatures you control with flying, rather than pay this spell's mana cost. All right, so it's kind of like what is it? Convoke, I believe it is. That's not too bad. Flying, lifelink, other creatures you control with flying have indestructible. That is amazing. Wow. Yeah, probably a super awesome card to actually run with in an angel deck, of course. So, let's see what we get. Okay, so that's not too bad. Definitely good in a is it deck. All right, so we're gonna start repeating cards. All right, yeah, wasn't too crazy about this card the first time it came around, to be honest. Huh, that it's crazy. Colossus Hammer though, that is kind of cool. Like the concept of the card at least. Just giant hammer. Nice. Okay, so wolves and werewolves get +1/+1 at the beginning of each end step. If you didn't cast a spell this turn, create a 2/2 wolf creature token. That's actually pretty awesome, especially when you're gonna pair it with the planeswalkers, the wolf leader girl lady. All right, let's go ahead and open up another one. Gift of Paradise coming back. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Gets an additional +2/+2 until end of turn for each card named Growth Cycle in your graveyard. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely going to be used in ramp decks quite a bit, I feel, and that's not good. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and can't block. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, so definitely a great card to have in flying decks. Whenever an opponent is dealt non-combat damage, Challenger Spitfire gets +3/+0 until end of turn. Okay, so definitely a pretty good card to have in a burn deck. Nice, there we go. That should make two now because I believe you actually get one just for buying the core set, and then I just pulled the second one. So nice. I will probably be building a Chandra deck, something or another. So let's see. Yep, we saw this card before. Gain 3 life, nice. Draw a card. Okay, whenever you lose life for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. I kind of like the concept of that because they're not really going to want to hurt you or anything. Okay, here's one of the Scrylands, so those are coming back, and I kind of like the concept of that. Fuddle. -4/-0 until end of turn and draw a card. Scry 2. +1/+1 on creature control and vigilance. Not too bad for 3 mana. Huh. Okay. But I feel like you could just play like what is it, Lava Coil for 2 mana? It's probably way better. So okay, that's not bad at all actually. You could buff this creature up and just kind of swing at them and just constantly return their creatures. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. That's not bad either. Alright, so we got a second one of these guys. We'll probably be doing something with him as well then. I'm just hoping not to pull a lot of duplicate mythics today. That would kind of stink, so another shock. When Frost Lunix enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent controls that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. I believe that's a returning one. Return 3 target creatures to its owner's hand. Definitely a returning card. And choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield tap. I believe this is a returning card too, or at least there's something similar to this already. But for 2 mana, that's not bad. Another shock. That's 3 shocks, I believe now. As long as your turn, Blood Burglar has lifelink, or Blood Burglar has lifelink, so that's nice. Store target creature with, yep, got that one before. Ooh, okay, so this is like the little token creature that you can get now, I guess. Add 1 red mana, spend this mana only to cast enchantment spells, or elemental spells, and or a Sandra Planeswalker spell. Okay. This looks pretty crazy. Whenever Raisin Reef or another elemental creature enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it into the battlefield tapped. If you don't put the card onto the battlefield, put it into your hand. Alright, not bad for 3 mana. But it is only a 1/1, huh? Alright, so pay 2 life, discard a card, sacrifice a creature, create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying, activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Boom, and dang, so we are getting some duplicates, but at least the duplicates we're getting don't seem to be like that bad. Skyblade, awesome. It looks like it's going to be an awesome card actually, so. Alright, Flying Vigilance 1/3. 2/2 goblins are probably going to be a pretty good deck to run with now as well. There's a lot more goblins. As an additional cost of the spell, sacrifice a creature, destroy target creature. That's similar to another card, but for 1 mana, that's not bad. Protection from white, okay, yeah, that's that burn card. Ooh, okay. So this is a new Planeswalker. Until your next turn, up to one target creature gets plus or -2, -0, and loses flying. Nice. That's great against flying decks, of course. Create a 4/4 blue elemental bird creature token with flying, and you get an emblem with islands you control. Have tap to draw a card. That's actually pretty cool as well. Uh, Probably a super awesome card to run in an Izzet deck as well, actually. Could definitely run that in like a Phoenix deck or something. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink until end of turn. Oh, target creature gains death touch until end of turn and draw a card. That's not bad either. Savage or Salvager of Ruin. Sacrifice Salvager of Ruin. Choose target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn and return it to your hand. Okay, so that's not too bad. As an additional cost of the spell, sacrifice a creature, return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then return another creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, that's not bad. Getting 2 of your cards back. Look at the top 7 of your cards look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay. All right. So that's coming back to 2 vigilance. Okay. So that could be good in like a zombie deck or something. Oh, what is this? Dragon Wizard flying. When Dragon Mage deals combat damage to a player, each player discards their hand, then draws 7 cards. Oh wow, that could be good and bad, I guess. Choose target spell or permanent that's red or green. Its owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. I don't know how to feel about that. Mythic, nice. Act of Treason's coming back, okay. Alright, so when Howling Giant enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Choose a card name and then reveal the top card of your library. If that card has a chosen name, sacrifice the lockbox and draw 3 cards. Stop it, Pippin. Jeez. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. Okay. If Leyline of the Void is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. What? Okay, if a card will be put into the opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. That's actually really good, I think. And for 4 mana, yeah, that's a lot of bang for the buck, I think. Wow. Yeah, so jeez, that's gonna be a scary card to be played against too. Like, all right. So we got more goblins here. Gains flying until end of turn. Hey, that's cool. Oh, okay. So target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. So okay, so a player or a permanent with protection from a color can't be blocked, targeted, dealt damage, enchanted, or equipped. So that is actually super good, actually. So protection from a color basically protects you from everything. So I mean, nice. Definitely gonna need to be using cards like this a lot more. Enchanted creature gets +0/+2 and has draw a card, then discard a card. Okay, so I'm never really too fond of discarding cards, but you know when you're running an Izzet deck and stuff like that, it's usually not that bad. So gold wild card, that's nice. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. That's actually really good. Flying and first strike, okay. Pretty decent card for 4 mana. When Ancestral Blade enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then attach Ancestral Blade to it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Alright, it's not too bad. It's not too bad for 2 mana, actually. That is pretty good, and it's an equip cost of 1. It's like nothing. Flood of Tears. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hand. If you return 4 or more... Okay, yeah, I think we had seen this card before, actually. Or did we? You may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. That's actually pretty good. Negate's coming back. Okay. What is this? Gentle creature can't attack or block. Okay. So, actually, there's a few cards like this now. I mean, control's gonna probably get pretty bad. You can, at this point, control decks, yeah, they can be crazy. So, whenever you lose life for the first time, okay, yeah, we saw this one before. What's this goblin? Haste 2/2 for 4 mana. Okay. Top 4 cards of your library. Put all goblin cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Okay. For 4 mana, like, yeah, I guess so. Okay, I'm down with another wild card. Draw a card, okay. Rapid Bite coming back. Really hate that card. Alright, so, Cryptic Caves. Alright, and we'd seen that one earlier as well. Reduced to Ashes, alright. Moorland Inquisitor gains first strike until end of turn. Alright, 2/2 for 2, that's not terrible. Another Dragon with Flying. When Rapture's Dragon enters the battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens. Okay, I like that actually, that's not too bad. Double Strike, 1/1 for 2 mana, that's alright. What is this? Glint Horn Buccaneer. We have haste. Whenever you discard a card, Glint Horn Buccaneer deals 1 damage to each opponent. For 1 mana and a red, discard a card, draw a card, activate this ability only if the Buccaneer is attacking. And it's a 2/4 for 3 mana. That's alright. Befuddle. Vampires. I'm seeing quite a bit of vampires. Got that cat. Goblins. Destroy target creature planeswalker that's a green or white, you gain 1 life. Alright. What is this? Okay, when Agent of the Treyarchy enters the battlefield, gain control of target permanent. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents you don't own, draw 3 cards. Oh, wow. I like that card. It's expensive. That is 7 mana. But that is something, huh? Alright. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. We got the lockbox again. Okay, I like that, actually. That could be good. Legendary creature Bird Wizard. Flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Sacrifice a spirit and add 1 red mana. Okay, it's not too bad. Turn target creature to its owner's hand. This is a hound. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card. Okay, that's not a bad enchantment for 2 mana at all. Ancestral Blade and a scry land, green and black. Vulture. This is an angel card. It didn't look like an angel card at first. When a Dawning Angel enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. Okay, like it. Enchant the creature gets +2 and can't block. Okay, wait, I always saw that one earlier. Sleep Paralysis. When Sleep Paralysis enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. So it's essentially like what is it? The water, the other blue one that does pretty much the same thing. Counter target creature spell and draw a card. Not too like that. I'm okay with that, I guess. Oh jeez. All right, tap target creature you control. Gains protection and color, okay. Yeah, we saw that one earlier. Whenever another target creature enters the battlefield under control, each opponent loses 1 life. That's not bad. It's a zombie knight. That's probably one of the first of that kind that I've seen. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards. Okay, I think we saw this one earlier too. Alright. Murder making a comeback. Alright, what is this? Yorux Luke, what the heck? Enters the battlefield. Each opponent exiles a card from their hand, and this card can get +1/+1 until end of turn for 3 mana. Huh. Okay. So for 2 mana, that's actually pretty decent. Exile a creature and put out a 1/1. Death Touch and Lifelink. Whoa, what is this thing? Yarork. So what are these things? Like, what? I've never seen these things before, huh? Death Touch and Lifelink. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Wow, okay. So there's definitely some things you can do with that. I'm definitely sure. However, I can't think of anything right now. So yeah, definitely going to be looking into that card quite a bit. Alright, so let's see. A dinosaur. Manus with 6/5 for 6 mana. Huh. No, I don't know about that. Vigilance. As Diamond Knight enters the battlefield, choose a color. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen color, put a +1/+1 counter on Diamond Knight. So good to run in any mono deck, probably. Flying. Whenever you gain a life, put a +1/+1 on Bloodthirsty Aerialist. That is awesome. So I think I've seen this one before. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, this might have been one of the cards from the last set, but I don't believe I have it yet. So let's see what this is. If the roll enters the battlefield, it deals damage to any target equal to the number of elements you control. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target elemental you control. If you control 8 or more lands, draw a card. Okay. So I wonder, do you draw a card, an additional card each turn? Or okay, maybe it's only every time you put down a land, I would assume. So, uh, yeah, that's probably pretty good. Actually, I have been attempting to build some blue, red, and green decks, so could definitely be an awesome card to have in there. All right, so lifelink, flying. All right, and rule of law. Each player can't cast more than one spell each turn. So I have seen this card spoiled somewhere, and that's insane. That's definitely gonna be probably a card that I feel might be used quite a bit, and yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't know about that. I'm definitely gonna people I feel are gonna have to use a lot more removal because of cards like this. So when Overgrowth Elemental enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on another target elemental you control. Whenever another creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. If that creature was an elemental, put a +1/+1 counter on Overgrowth Elemental. Not bad. So elemental decks are going to be pretty cool too, actually, I feel. Nice. A legendary dragon. I love dragons, and dragon decks, they could be pretty crazy. So just really expensive. And this card as well is very expensive. But let's take a look at it. So Maw Flames attacks. It deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to each of up to 2 other targets. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. 7/7. You're dealing 4 damage to a target and then 3 damage to 2 others. Like, yeah, it's I guess for the price, it's somewhat worth it, I guess. All right. So we got another shock. So that's 4 shocks now. Disfigure. Target creature gets plus or -2/-2 until end of turn. Yeah. Well, I guess you can kill something with that, so that's not too bad. Flying. If you would gain life, you gain that much +1 instead. All right. So this is definitely a great angel card. Uh, Angel of Vitality gets +2/+2 as long as you have 25 or more life. Yeah, pretty good. I like it. Sweet. A red, white, Scryland. So we're almost about halfway through the new cards here. New packs. Gift of Paradise. I'm glad that this is staying in rotation. But there is one card I'm not seeing. Flame of the Sweep deals 2 damage to each creature except for creatures you control with flying. So obviously going to be a great card to throw into those dragon decks. And the third one of these guys, so definitely going to have to do something with him, I feel. But one thing I am worried about, because next set, uh, I believe it's going to be everything up to Dominaria, I think, is going to be rotating out. And that means Helm of the Host is going to be leaving, Primal Amulet, and a lot of good cards that I actually like to use, so it's going to stink. 4/4 Elemental. Alright, and a black-green Scryland. Vial of Dragonfire. Sacrifice Vial of Dragonfire. It deals 2 damage to a target creature. Alright. You could probably just really just throw in like any other burn card, really, I guess, unless you're not running red. Enchanted creature gets +0/+2, assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Enchanted creature has 2 and white mana, untap this creature. Okay, actually that could be comboed with a lot of cards, and not really for any of its above abilities, but just to be able to untap the creature and utilize its abilities more than once is definitely going to be probably the main use of this card, I feel. Alright, what is this? Begin the game with it on the battlefield. Whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green mana. For 6 mana and 2 green mana, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. All right. Yeah, yeah, that's not bad actually. Yeah, for 4 mana, I like it. That could definitely be used in quite a few different scenarios in combo with like quite a bit cards, I feel. Oh, okay. So return up to 2 cards or creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. There's a lot of cards like this I'm seeing here today, so that's pretty sick. All right, we're getting another one of these Yarorks. That's like the weirdest name of any creature I've ever heard. Uh, Elemental creatures you get +2/+0 until end of turn. -1 add 2 red mana and -2 deals 2 damage to any target for 4 mana. All right, so yeah, Chandra decks are probably going to be a thing here soon too. And yeah, I like this card. Kind of gives me a reason to take out a Johnny. I feel because the only reason why I was running a Johnny in a lot of my decks is to be able to bring my creatures back. So it's nice to know that I could do that without him now. Gravedigger. Is this a card from like Amonkhet, or is this a card like that could be older? I wonder. But I've seen this card before, definitely just not in any of the more recent sets. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Marauding Raptor deals 2 damage to it. If a dinosaur is dealt damage this way, Marauding Raptor gets +2s and +0 until end of turn. For 2 mana, that's actually pretty good. I like it. Raise the alarm, Soul Savage. Infuriate. Starfield Mystic. All right. So enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Ugh. And whenever an enchantment you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Starfield Mystic. I like that. I actually like running a lot of enchantments, probably more than I ever need to. So, probably a great card deck for me to have at least. Alright, so that's a returning card right there. Bone Splinters. When Scholar of the Ages enters the battlefield, return up to 2 target instants or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Alright. When Pattern Mentor enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card with the same name as another creature you control, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. That's a pretty sick card, actually. I like it. Alright, we get more of these wolves. I'm actually kind of excited to see if I can build a wolf deck or werewolf deck. So we'll see what we can do with that. Unsummon. Getting more duplicates. Dread Presence. Whenever a swamp enters a battlefield under control, choose one. You draw a card and you lose a life, or Dead Presence deals 2 damage to any target and you gain 2 life. I like that second ability. I'm not too crazy about the first, but if you maybe pair it with white lifelink, it could be a pretty awesome card to use. So anticipate. Dragon Mage, flying. Whenever Dragon Mage deals combat damage to a player, each player discards their hand. Okay, I always saw this one earlier in the wand. Legion's End. Exile target creature an opponent controls with converted mana cost 2 or less, and all other creatures that player controls with the same name as that creature. And then that player reveals their hand and exiles all card with that name from their hand and graveyard. Wow. Yeah, that's a pretty strong card for 2 mana, actually. Like, that's an insane card for 2 mana, probably. Act of Treason, Natural End. Gift of Paradise. I think that gives me about 3 or 4 now. Death Touch and Lifelink 1/1. Target creature gets +1/+1, gains double strike until end of turn for 3 mana. Ah. Hanged Executioner flying. When Hanged Executioner enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying, and you could exile target creature if you exile your card. All right. Negate. All right. Got 3 or 4 of these now. What is this? Whenever a creature you control dies, you gain 1 life and you draw a card. That's not too bad for 5 mana. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's not too bad. Could be really useful in like a token deck. Alright, what is this? Dungeon Geist. Flying, when Dungeon Geist enters a battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its creature's untapped step for as long as you control Dungeon Geist. Okay, yeah, I like it. For 4 mana, 3/3 flying. Yeah, that's alright. I could deal with it. Whoa. Lavakin Brawler. When Lavakin Brawler attacks, it gets +1/0 until end turn for each elemental you control. Okay, so that could be pretty crazy. When Looming Shaman or Loaming Shaman enters the battlefield, target player shuffles any number of target cards from their library or from their graveyard into their library. Whoa. Alright. So let me just make sure I'm understanding this right. Enters the battlefield, target player shuffles any number of target cards from their graveyard into the library. So, like, essentially just Gaia's Blessing, but, like, way better as far as getting your cards back without the ability of it being discarded. Being able to just put all your cards back anyway. So, 3 of these so far. Definitely going to be building a wolf deck now, for sure, probably. Portal Sanctuary. Return target creature you control and each aura attached to it to their owner's hand. Activate this ability only during your turn. Okay. This is an artifact and you can pay 1 mana to do this. Okay. Huh. That's not too bad. Another Buccaneer. Okay. 26 packs left. Got another Chandra. Saw that right away. Alright, Scorch Spitter. Whenever Scorch Spitter attacks, it deals 1 damage to the player or Planeswalker it's attacking. So that's pretty cool. It's essentially a 2/2 for 1 mana. Apostle of Purifying Light. Or Apostle of Purifying Light. Yeah, Apostle, you know, that's what magic people wear. Protection from black, exile target card from a graveyard. Nothing too crazy here, and this is also a duplicate card, but isn't too bad of a card, so can't be too mad. Flying Vigilance 1/3. Icon of Ancestry. Enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get a +1/+1. 3 mana. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card of the chosen type from among them, put them into your hand, and then put the rest in the bottom of your library in the random order. Definitely a super awesome, great card to have, probably. Nice. I like mythic wild cards. It's my favorite. Angelic Gift. Enchanted creature has flying and you can draw a card. Might of the Masses. Target creature gets +1/+1 until undeterred for each creature you control. 1 mana, it's not too bad, I guess. Oh, I guess I didn't pull 4 shocks, but now I definitely have. Heartpiercer Bow. Whenever a creature attacks, Heartpiercer Bows deals 1 damage to target creature or target creature defending player controls. Not too bad, actually, for 1 equip and 2 to cast. Return another creature you control to its owner hand. Or another creature... Oh, what? When your enters the battlefield, return another creature you control to its owner hand. Okay, I guess. And there's another raptor. Alright, so 20 packs left. Alright, so that's a returning card, I believe. Anticipate. Manifold Key. Untap another target artifact. Alright, so that's not too bad. And tap creature can't be blocked this turn. Or target creature can't be blocked this turn. Okay. A pretty decent card for 1 mana cost. Alright, so Renowned Weaponsmith. Add 2 uncolored mana. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. Okay. And for 1 blue mana, you can search your library for a card named Heartpiercer Bow or Vial of Dragonfire, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. Huh. Alright. Alright. White, black, scry land. Gift of Paradise. Angelic Gifts. Blade Brand. Alright, so duplicates here. Lotus Field. What? Lotus Field, huh? Hexfield. Lotus Field enters the battlefield tapped. When Lotus Field enters the battlefield, sacrifice 2 lands. Add 3 mana of any 1 color. Huh. I don't know how to feel about this card. Yeah, at some point I feel it's super amazing, and other points I just don't know about it. Yeah, what am I saying? This is a good card. This is a great card. Huh, okay, so Loyal Pegasus can't attack or block alone. I don't know if I would ever really deal with that card. Aether Gust. Choose target spell or permanent that's red or green. Its owner puts it on the top of the battle or on top or bottom of their library. Okay, we had some of that one earlier, and a card that I'm not really too sure about. Boom, boom, act of treason. Alright. Oh, Leyline of Sanctity. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we had seen that card before. Okay. Tail's End. Counter target activated ability, triggered ability, or legendary spell. Okay, then. I like it. Mind Rot coming back. Dragon Mage. Another one. Wake Root Elemental. For 5 green mana untapped target land you control, it becomes a 5/5 elemental creature with haste, and it's still land. So for 6 mana, you can tap 5 mana and untap target land you control, and it becomes a 5/5 elemental. Alright. Could be pretty good to roll with, like, Liliana, or, no, excuse me, Vivian. And, yeah, you could probably roll this with Vivian, and then maybe, like, some Proliferate. Could be good. Alright, Wolf Rider's Saddle. When Wolf Rider's Saddle enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token, then attach Wolf Rider's Saddle to it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and can't be blocked by more than one creature, so it has menace. And you can equip it for 3. Alright. Blood-Soaked Altar. Pay 2 life, discard a card, sacrifice a creature, create a 5/5 black demon creature token while flying. Activate this ability only anytime you cast a sorcery. And a blue-green scry land. Sky Knight Vanguard. Flying. Whenever Sky Knight Vanguard attacks, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token that's tapped and attacking. Alright, I like it. Leyline of Combustion. If Leyline of Combustion is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. Whenever you and or at least one permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, Leyline of Combustion deals 2 damage to that player. Yeah, really awesome card there, actually. I swear I've pulled like 5 shocks now. I swear I've pulled like several at this point. Icon of Ancestry, and, oh, okay, of course, yeah, this is card as well. Protection for green, and creatures you control have +1/+1 counters on them. Or can have +1/+1 counters on them. So this is another card I had seen, as well, and yeah, that's gonna be a card that really, really, really stinks. Sleep Paralysis. Nice. Alright, got a second one of these. Third Buccaneer. Alright. So we're going to be getting a lot of duplicates, I feel, at this point. I think I've pulled like 3 or 4 of these now. So that's actually really not too bad. I just don't really like that it's only for black and red. It's going to be completely useless otherwise. So, alright, and I believe that is our second dragon there. Legendary dragon. Alright, and that is our second Wake Root Elemental. One for 1 mana. Another Lotus Field, and I don't think we've seen this one yet either. Enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. Remove a +1/+1 counter from Barkhide Troll. Barkhide Troll gains hexproof until end of turn. Okay. Portal Sanctuary. And a green-black Scryland. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under control, put that many +1/+1 counters on Woodland Champion. Okay, I like it. Alright, a blue-red card. I always like blue-red cards. Flying in haste for 2/2. Yeah, pretty decent. White-black scry. Alright, Silverback Shaman. Trample when Silverback Shaman dies, draw a card. Okay. Pulse of Marusa. Marusa, yeah, I think so. Return target creature or land card from a graveyard to its owner hand, and you gain 6 life. Okay. For 3 mana, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap and add a colorless land, and whenever the Field of the Dead or another land enters a battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Okay, it's pretty awesome. Whoa, okay, Gargos Vicious Watcher. Vigilance, Hydra spells you cast cost 4 less to cast. Alright, okay, I'm liking it. Whenever a creature you control becomes a target of a spell, Gargos Vicious Watcher fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. It's an 8/7, and you can cast it for 6 mana. Yeah, yeah, I like it. Definitely gonna throw that into a Hydra deck. All right, we're down to our last 2, and I swear, at this point there's been like 6 or 7 shocks. Like, I'm gonna have to submit this to well, I feel like a lot of people are gonna be complaining, but like, what's up with that? Like, I'm gonna have to go back and even just watch my own video to see how many shocks I actually pulled, or if someone could just comment in it, like, because that's insane. Like, I swear I've seen this like 7 times now. Alright, so Iron Root Warlord power is equal to the number of creatures you control. And for 3 mana, a green and a white mana, create 1/1 white soldier creature token. Cavalier of Thorns. So it has reach, it's a 5/6. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 5 cards of your library, put a land card from them onto the battlefield, and the rest into your graveyard. When it dies, you may exile it. If you do, put another target card from your graveyard, um, put another target card from your graveyard on top of your library. Okay? And that casts for 5 mana. This is a mythic rare card, though, so I don't know. Like, this doesn't really seem like a mythic rare. Yeah, just to be able to put 1 land down, and then just to be able to put any graveyard on the top of your, or any creature from, or whatever card from your graveyard into the library. I don't think that's like too crazy for a mythic, honestly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just underestimating it, but that just doesn't seem too good. That is a 7/7 for 6 mana. Huh. Yeah, see, I swear this shock is just like, I should be getting wild cards instead of shocks, unless they're just gonna let you run as many shocks as you want in your decks now. Like, that's a little aggravating. Alright, so last one here, we got a Shifting Ceratops. This spell cannot be countered, and it has protection from blue. You can pay 1 green mana, and Shifting Ceratops gains your choice of Reach, Trample, Haste until end of turn. Okay. Reach, Trample, Haste. It's a 5/4, okay. Well, so the haste would only be really useful at the beginning. Trample could be useful in quite a few different scenarios, and then of course reach always going to be useful. All right, so sorry about that, and that concludes everything. So pulled quite a bit of cards. Really aggravating to see all those sparks being pulled. I have no idea what's going on with that. Hopefully they'll be reimbursing everyone for being able to pull like a billion of those. But hope you guys are having fun out there. Hope to see maybe some ideas. Maybe you guys can point out some ideas that maybe I wasn't seeing or cards that I wasn't seeing. And um, yeah, having a good time with this. Sorry for not uploading too much recently, but we'll be looking into doing something maybe with this core set mastery. I know that there's now some type of mode that's similar to the I wonder if I can find it real quick. It's similar to the tutorial that they were giving for new players. Oh, here we are. Gotta go over here to mastery, maybe. So, uh-huh. I could have sworn that they were talking about it in an update, but anyway, I'll be looking out for it. If I find it out, of course, I'll be posting some more videos about it. Hopefully, kind of helping people get through it, maybe. And yeah, so I hope you guys have fun. I hope this video was entertaining, and I'll see you guys soon.